Hey everybody, please do not mind my desk. It is just, oh my gosh, I've got to get it cleaned off. Anyway, please just don't pay attention to it. Um, I'm sorry it's been a little while since I've been on. My husband had a little accident at work and ripped off part of his thumb from about here to about here, and so that's all gone. They took some flesh from here and grafted it, so his hand is all, yeah. Um, Poor man's going nuts because he don't have anything to do and he can't. He's right-handed. Anyway, I feel sorry for him. I don't know what to do for him. I he's so bored. Anyway, that's what's been going on, and I'm gonna make a today. I'm gonna make a folio folder thing, and I have made some new digitals for you, and they're absolutely amazing. Well, in my opinion, they'll go with the other Fantastical blueprints just perfectly, but they're not just like mechanical. I will show you. I made like floral blueprints. Now, I just love these. I went kind of crazy. I did all kinds of flowers. I'll show you a few of the pages, but I have to figure out how I'm going to package these because I made like 100 of them or something. So I'm trying to figure the packaging out for you guys. Anyway, and then on this one, this is a misprint. That line is not there on the design. Anyway, some of them, they have the flower, the kind of flower, and then they have like blueprints of how the flower is designed or whatever. I don't know why I did this. I just really really like it. I hope you guys like it too. And then, see, here's another one, white daisy, and then the yellow one. And you can see the kind of blueprints and schematics and labeling and all that stuff. It's just awesome. I just love it so much. And then the iris, pink iris. And like I said, it's not all each every single page does not have the flowers on it. Some of them have just mechanical stuff or schematics or whatever, but a lot of them do have the flowers, blueprints or whatever you want to call it. So, like, this one's not really flower, but it goes with it. They look fantastic. Some of them are done in this way, this orientation, so you can fold them in half if you want. Some of them are vertical where you can cut them out or whatever, but this is just a few of them. So, and like I said, I've still got to figure out how in the world I'm going to package these. Like, if I'm going to do, I'll probably do like a selection of different kinds of flowers, because I have like several rose pages and several daisy pages, so I may do a selection for a small pack, and then I might do individual or whatever. I don't know. I've still got to figure that out. These are all printed on photo paper, matte photo paper, or matte photo paper cardstock. That's why the colors are just absolutely beautiful. I have one in here somewhere. I think it was the yellow daisy, wasn't it? Maybe I left it in the house. I don't know. Anyway, if you print them out on regular paper, they're not as vibrant, but they're still beautiful. There it is. So this is printed out on the back side of the photo paper, which would be like regular copier paper. Okay, and it's beautiful. But this is the same design printed on the photo side that has the photo paper coating, the matte finish coating. So there is a huge difference in the colors you know, there's just a huge difference. So, but I'm showing you everything printed on the photo papers because that's just my preference. But purple cone flower, Asiatic lilies, bluebells or foxgloves, I'm not sure which one that is. There's a beautiful rose. You see, this is more like mechanical stuff. It's not necessarily flowers, but it just looks absolutely wonderful. There's some more roses, and then there's some beautiful pink tulips. So anyway, that is what I designed for you guys, and I just love them. So, and there's a bunch more. I just, you know, like I said, I have to go through them. Okay, and what I was thinking, I have these pretty cool folders here. They're by Pendaflex, and it's called Pendaflex Divided Up. They're the 1077 series. They have 3 divided areas, but I don't want it this big. I made another one, this one here, out of the same folder, and I put, there's a pocket there, and this is huge, so this is going to go up for sale. I put a page there, there's a pocket here, this is a magnet in here so it sticks, this is a pocket here, pocket here, this is that triple thing that's in the center here, it's that there. However, what I did, instead of using it like that because it's attached here, I took it apart and I made this so it flips down. And I have shown this in a different video. And so this part here is this thing where I just pulled it apart from there, and then I just flipped it down because it's attached right there. So in here I made that so it opens, got a pocket in there, and then I made this little mini journal and stuck that in there. It just fits in there perfect, and that's got Velcro. Pocket here, pocket there, little envelopes, you know, I decorated all, you know, these are the mini paper clips, partially hidden paper clips. Did a bunch of stamping, got a little envelope that actually opens, there's a little note in there. So I decorated it all up. I love this so much. But anyway, I didn't want to make one quite as big as this, so I need to figure out what size I actually want to make it, and I'm thinking maybe like oh goodness, maybe like a 7 by, oh my, I don't know, 6 by 8 maybe, something like that. So anyway, I'm going to show you how I'm going to do this. You're going to kind of do this with me because I haven't done one like this yet. I do know I got to take this off first. You see this, where it's attached in there. It's just that one tab. So just going to try to remove that without ripping the cover. Okay. Because the cover needs to stay intact. That little tab can go away. We're not even going to mess with that. So now, like I showed you in the first prototype, or the first one there, this flips down, so you could utilize it like that if you want to. However, I'm not going to do that today. Cut that tab off. Don't need that. And I think, in order to make this shorter, sorry about that, I am going to cut this off down here, right on that line, if I can find my rulers. So I'll grab that one. Let's see if we can get this straight. I certainly hope so. And find my knife. Oh my goodness. Everything, like I said, such a mess out here. I've just been making stuff and there it is. And not cleaning it up. I'm lazy. I'm a lazy crafter. Okay. So we're just going to cut that right off. That worked out pretty well. My hands hurt a little bit. Okay, so now we have this. We have our folder. Yeah. Okay. And I want to make this smaller. So let's put that aside for now. Grab me a pencil. And I'm thinking I don't really need to save this side because I could always make tabs if I wanted to. But I mainly want that spine. So let's do what did I say, 6 by 8, so if we make it 6, that would cut there. That'd be big enough, I think. Yeah. Okay, so then I need to go ahead and try to get this exactly straight. Close as I can anyway. That middle side. And, well, what am I doing? I can't line it up with anything but do it that way. So do it this way. I'll line that up. That line. Okay. Now we're getting somewhere, I believe. And I hope I can get through this. I think I got it. Yes. That looked weird. Crooked or something. Okay. Probably use those for something in a little while. Or sometime. That looks like a good size. A good width. Yeah. Oh. I made... I'm gonna do something for Creep on June, and part of this is in the store, but I've got to put the other parts in. These are the covers that I made. They're both similar but a little different. They're gorgeous, kind of a gothic, dark, beautiful. Okay, anyway, the pages are in the store, but that cover would look amazing on there, wouldn't it? Or something about that size. So let's go with that size, kind of. Leave just a little bit of border around it. Yeah, that'd be, oh God, that'd be perfect. Okay, so anyway, line this up. I think it cut just a little bit weird, but that's alright. It'll be okay. Let's line this up as best we can. I can't cut it with a pencil. Yeah. Alright. Make sure it's not too off square. Hopefully this is pretty good. Alright. I had it. Got it now. I'm going to use that for something too later on. Oh, I cut my little, oh my gosh. Well, I cut my little guy there. Darn it. Okay. So, do I want round corners? I think I'll do that after I cover it. What do we want to cover this with? Oh, let's go ahead and cut the inside first, because I don't want to cut this side off, because I really like those little thumb notches and the tabs on the sides, which, I mean, we can always make tabs. It's not a big deal. However, it'd just be easier, I think, or would it be easier to leave them connected? Because I just want to leave them like they are. I don't, for writing spaces or and decorating and stuff. Yeah, maybe I should cut it from this side, because it'd be much easier to put this in here. I have the question of, do I want to, yeah, I'm going to cut the bottom off a little because it's too tall. So, I need to cut that off right there, maybe a little shorter. And then, how wide are we going to have this? Okay, I can see through it a little bit. We're going to do something. We're going to do something, guys. Yes, we are. Oh, okay, and then let's cut it about here. That would be there to there. So give just a little bit under. Yeah, I think that would work. Okay. Now I know that this is not exactly square. Get over there. Yeah, I don't think it is. My guys just came in. I'll be right back. Okay, where was I? Okay, I'm going to cut that off. So I'm lining that up. That is so off. I think I'm going to have to... Let me get out my... my big one. I don't want to, but... I gotta get this squared up. Because that's just gonna make me crazier than I already am. Okay, so let's square this up as good as we can here. I'm gonna cut that about right there. Wait. Yeah, I want it square with this, with the spine, so yeah. Okay. And then that, I want square with the spine, so... Wait a minute, how far did I... Oh, yeah, I gotta trim that up, that's right. My goodness, my brain's just going away. Alright, so we're gonna line that up. See how far that's off? Wow. Okay. Now I could put it up with the guide and then just trim off just that little bit. Yeah. Okay, I hope that's good. I'm squaring it up. Okay, so now let's get this to the length we want it. And we'll definitely save those and use those. Yes, yes, yes. Alright. So we have our squared up little flippies, whatever you want to call them. Now, those will go in there. Make sure I got it fits just perfect. Very, very nicely. Alright, so I'm happy with that. Okay, good deal, good deal. Okay, now, I'm trying to figure out how I want to bind this in. I could do... I think I'm going to do some fabric tab back here on these two, because those are the only two that's... Yeah, I think that's what I'll do in there. So you won't really see anything from the front. It'll just look like that. So that ought to work okay. Now these fold out like that, so they should be halfway easy to cover. This, of course, is just like regular cover. Use whatever paper. Let's do that one first. Figure out what we want to put. Do we want to use some of the dark? I really love this. Let's use, oh, yeah, let's use some of this for the cover and for the, maybe the inside, I'm not sure, inside pages, and then we'll use some of the Fantastical Blueprints flowers for the flips. Yes. So I need to cut this off. I love that so much. I also love this so much. Excuse me. No, maybe okay, I'll just wait. I'll use that on something else. I'm going to go all with the Floral Blueprints. Yes. Because they're gorgeous. And I really love the tulips, but I think I want to use roses on the front. So I'll have to cut that. I know I made some with the flowers on... See, like I said, I didn't print them all out, but I did make some with the images over here in case you wanted to fold them that way and use them as a cover. So, but you can always, you know, the words are so small you can't tell what they say. And you can always reverse your image and print it. Just reverse it and then print it out, and then your image will be over here. So you can do that if you want to use them as covers too. That's really pretty also. They're all pretty, but purple coneflower is one of my favorite flowers. That would make a pretty nice cover, but it's kind of big. Let's see. I mean, well, they're, you know, it's not big. Okay, gotta use daisies. Yeah. Okay, those are just so pretty. Alright. So let's use these daisies for the cover. I love that. Yes, and it should show a little bit of the, just a little bit of the blueprint. So let's do that. Keep it up there in this corner and make it that same exact size, I think. Yeah, I think that would work out nicely. So if I want to do it. Or do I want to do a... Okay, let's mark it and then we'll make it a little bit smaller because I'd like to have that frame. So we're just going to mark where it goes and then we'll make it a little smaller. Alright. Because I want to ink that and have a little border. That's what I was trying to say. Alright, so let me get the small cutter out. Go this way first, if I can find my mark. There it is. So, yeah. Okay, we want to go a little bit shorter. Let's do about 1/4 inch shorter than what I marked. Okay, and then this way do another, just about 1/4 inch shorter. I think that should work pretty well. Let's find out. I think that'll work. It's a very thin border. Oh, I think I'm gonna take, let's take a little off of this side. just a little bit smaller. Not a lot, but a little bit. Let's check that now. Okay, I think that looks good. Yeah, that's a little better. Okay, so we got that figured out. And then we have some extra little blueprint pages. We can save those. Put that down here. Alright, let's get this inked up before I want to do the corners. I think I'm just going to use a small one. Just to get those two outside corners off. I think that looks good. Okay. So now let's ink up the edges. Make them kind of dark. I like that. I think this is going to be so pretty. Okay, and I'll do the back. Because we're going to, oh yeah, we got to cut, we got to figure out what we want. We might put the white daisy on the back, I think. Alright, got that. I'm going to ink this. Not quite as heavy as the cover or the folder, but a little bit because we want it to stand out. Of course, we're always, you know, we're going to decorate it too a little bit. I'm not sure what I'm going to put on there though. That's the thing. I have no idea. You're going with me, so we're doing it. Alright, I think that looks good. That color of the manila looks good with these daisies too. Oh, I need to let me get the white daisies. We got to cut those the same size. Or do we want to use something else? I can't ever decide. They're all so pretty. I just love that crocus. Why don't we put the crocus on the back? Yeah. Alright, so we want him about there. So we'll mark here, cut that off, and then we'll just trim off a little bit of the bottom. That ought to work. Tiny bit off, yeah, tiny bit off the bottom. Extra blueprint. Sync up the back cover. Okay, so got that ready. I'm going to use Fabri-Tac to attach my cover images, I think. Get a spreader here so I can, and a blue page thing. I do not want to get that everywhere, so let's try to get that nice and spread out. Try to kind of cover the entire surface if you can without getting it everywhere. And of course we can always go back underneath it and around the edges if we need to. Alright, got there. Let's get this on here. That looks great. Yes. Isn't that pretty? I think it is. Okay, and I need a different glue paper. I'm going to go ahead and do the back. Same time. Okay. Make sure I have this. Alright. Okay. Spread all that. It dries really, really fast. The Fabri-Tac does. So I'm trying to get it kind of everywhere before it dries too much. So at least they'll stick down. And like I said, we can fix it later. Alright, make sure that's right side up. Get that nice and straight. Look at that. There we go. You see, I didn't quite get enough there, but we'll fix that just a little bit in a minute. Alright. Oh, I must have let it dry pretty much. But we'll get it. I think that's good. All right. Check the front. Right there. Good. That one's down, and that one's down. All right, we did very well. All right, good deal. Okay, that's a very pretty cover. We got to cover the inside, so let's see. We need a horizontal piece. Let's see what we got. That'd be pretty. Or that, clematis. Yeah, we have purple on the back, so let's use that one. And then we'll use some of our other scraps, I think. Oh, wait. I gotta put those... I need to, yeah, I need to attach these before I attach the backing to this side. So let me cut this in half. We're gonna have to edge them with something, so scraps, you know, around the very edges, because it's not quite big enough. So we have we can go ahead and put our front one in, but our back one will have to wait till we get the tab, or the, I really don't have to, I mean, I don't have to cover the entire thing. I can just ink around it. I think that's what I'll do. Kind of stay with the flow. Same thing as the front. You know. Okay. Don't know why I didn't ink this at the same time, but we're doing it now. Does not have to be perfect whatsoever. Unless you want it to be, then you can take as much time as you need. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and do the center, just to give it a more finished look. Okay. And this is just Vintage Photo Distress ink, not the oxide. Okay. So I'm thinking I want to get these covered before I put them in permanently, because otherwise that's going to be really hard to accomplish. So we got to figure out what we want on these and get those covered, and we need to get those covered on both sides. We don't have to, but you know, because you're gonna want writing space and all that, but I'm gonna go ahead and put the front cover down, inside cover, I think. Maybe. I'm not sure yet. I'll wait. So we know we got that. I may not want to cover that beautiful flower. I may want to throw one of these in here. You know? That one's the butterfly. Or that big one. Those just look so cool. Okay, let's see. I can't decide anything anymore. I do like this thing. We can put one of those on the front. We could. Yeah, some kind of little folder I made. Go in there somewhere. Okay, let's see. That scrap. That. They can go any way. I'd kind of like them to be right side up. This is a hollyhock. You know, excuse me. This would be pretty, just cut, you know, trim there. I think that would look good. Or have it peeking out the top one. How would that look? That'd be pretty too. Okay, so let's pick out 3, and then we'll decide on what we're going to put on the back, because I'd like the back to be kind of plain for writing on. Okay, so let's see. That one, no. That peenie's really pretty too. They're all beautiful. Every one of them, I love them all. That one's pretty. That'll be pretty with the blue. I love how I aged that paper. Okay, let's do that one and that one. God, the iris. And that one. Yeah. Or that iris. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we already have pink. We already have the purple crocus on the back. We have the daisies. Purple coneflower. Oh, what about that one? We don't. Oh, what about the roses? Okay, roses. Roses have to be on there. Okay. Oh, tulips too. Ah, I can't. Such. Oh goodness. Okay. Throw them all over there. That one or that one? That one. We don't have that red in there yet. Okay, so I want this to be here. Yeah. So let's move this for a little bit. Unfold that. Figure out exactly where we want these. I think I want it about like that. Get that straight. I kind of like that top edge. Yeah, that'd be good. Alright. Find my pencil. Let's just draw around that. This is exactly how it's going to be on the flap. So we got to make sure we get it just right. And then there's that. And cut it there. Alright, so let's do that. This cuts much straighter than my scissors because I am the scissor operator. So let's get this. So I got that right on. Okay. All the way across, but I didn't. Let's try to line that up there. Hopefully that's pretty good. Does not look quite right. That's good. Okay, this I'll have to cut by hand. There's a scrap. There's a scrap we can use for something. Try my best to get this just right. Does not have to be absolutely perfect, but it'd be nice. Okay, and then I have to cut it off there. I should have done that before. Get that straight. Let's see. I think that's right. A little bit more. Alright, let's see if that works. See how close we got. We can always trim it down. I think we did pretty well. Oh yeah, we did really well. Wow, I'm happy with that. Okay. Alright. So let me go ahead and glue this on. I know that's done. Paper. And then we'll ink it after we glue it on. And I'm not sure, I might round the corners on those too. But I gotta put this on before I make like any tabs. You know, because if you're gonna cut, if you're gonna make tabs on here, you want that to be completely covered. So it's just much easier to leave that straight until you get it where you want it. I guess that makes sense. Made sense in my head anyway. Try to get that all over where it dries. I have the air conditioner on, so it's blowing extra air over here too. That's not helping anything, but it was so hot out here. I think I got it. Looks like it's pretty. Yeah, we'll have to do a little spot here. A little too much. Ooh. At least we know it's glued now. That one's good. That one's good. That one's good. Nope, not good. Just a little bit. Right in there. Alright. So that one's done. Look at how pretty that is. Looks great. Okay, so now we have to do this one. That one's bigger. So throw that off to the side. We want to do the, what did I call? Oh, peony. Yes. We have the roses centered. Do we want him centered, or do we want, let's do it off to the side just a little. Okay. Because I wanted to put some of that blueprint in there. Okay, so there's that. I'm going to go ahead and mark this. That needs to be cut. That way I can see it better on my paper cutter. There we go. That should help. Where's my... That should go dry out. Alright. Sure. This one was hard to tell. Right on the money. Another scrap. That should be straight. Good job. There we go. That might be a little off, but maybe like a 32nd of an inch or something. I'm not sure. Lots of scraps from this project. Alright, blue page thing. Now, I'll go ahead and open that one so I know what I'm doing. Ha ha ha, that was funny. Let me know what I'm doing. Do I want to use a different glue? Because, I mean, that's just drying out so fast. Let's try this Artiste. However, I know that that doesn't make the paper wrinkle, and these are kind of thin, so I'm going to stick with this. Okay. Just try to go a little bit faster. Right. I think you got it. Whew. That's another thing I like about the Fabri-Tac too, is it'll mostly just come right off of there. My fingers had ink on them, so it kind of colored it, but that's okay because it's supposed to be old looking. But I think we got all the edges. Oh, that one. That was close. That's okay, it's not too bad. Fix that one. Oops. Yep, just sucks that it dries so quickly. But it's the acetone in there. The acetone in the Fabri-Tac evaporates so fast, especially when you got air blowing on it. But that's one thing that makes it so, you know, there's no bubbling or wrinkling or anything on the images or on the paper. So, and it holds really well. Okay, we got those two. So then our last one, and this is a heavier weight photo paper, but that's okay. And we want to do how we want this one. I'm going to choose a different. I'm going to go with that. I think that would be pretty, wouldn't it? Oh yeah, that'd be really pretty. So and that takes the whole thing, so let's go with that line. We don't have to trace around that. Okay, this ought to be interesting to cut out. We'll do our best. Not have it straight or something. What is going on? Did I make it crooked? I don't know. Just don't look. That's pretty good. Got it off just a little bit. Oops. A little more. go. Okay, we got that part. I know this was straight. Let's see if that's square. Not really sure. Okay, yeah, it's not quite square. Maybe because of that. I got it cut good. This, let me see if I can go partial way down here. Okay. Then I'll have to finish that off with scissors. Mark that too. Right there. I mean, this isn't really even going to show, but it's good practice. Because this is going to be on the inside. I think I got that pretty good. There's a little curve there. Yeah, I cut her back out. Since we know where that's going, believe. Alright, that works. So we got our third one. Our third one. Yes. Come here. That's a great extra piece. Okay, now glue that on and then stick it on there. Get that ready. I went through a lot of pepper tack. All right. Got that okay. I got fingernails, you guys, and I can't do anything. Isn't that weird? Look at that. Just right. Glue and all. Alright. I think that one went down pretty good. Oh, that looks so pretty. Look at that. No, I don't see any loose. Oh, always loose. Goodness. Spoke too soon. That's alright. I don't mind. It's going to be so pretty. Just a little bit there I missed. Well, I didn't really miss it, but it dried. That's what I meant. Alright. Now, I don't think I even really need to cover the back side, actually. I'll ink around the edges, but do I? I mean, because I want that to be good writing areas. I don't think I'm going to cover it. I don't think I'm going to. So I just need to ink around this. I'll ink around both sides. Oh, it's gonna make tabs. Do I want to cut tabs out of it, or do I want to make tabs? Make them, you know what I mean? If I make them, they're going to stick out quite a lot. So I need to cut them out of the material. That's what I need to do. Okay, so we'll put this up for now, for a minute. And we'll figure out how we want to make the tabs. I want to trace some. I have everything. I have so much stuff. Goodness. Okay, so I really love the whale tail tabs. And for this one, we don't need huge ones. So, what if I do it like that? Oh yeah, that would be good. These are just the normal size ones. I do have the great big ones too, but I don't want to use those in this. Let's see what colors we got. There's a white one which would go, the orange one would go, there's a bronze one. I don't think I want to use the yellow one. And there's a gray with gold on it, which is kind of pretty. That might go good with the pink. I don't believe I have a pink one. I have silver. I like that one better. Okay, so let's do... Oh, that one would go good with that. Let's do those. And then we want gold, or do we want orange? I think the orange is prettier. Alright, got that settled. Good deal. Now, if I trace around, or well, I mean, I could glue these on and then just trim it, but I think it would be a little harder. So, if I trace around that, oops, get that right up to the edge, up there. Trace that part, and then trace this part, and then we're going to cut that off. Yes, and then we'll stick this on there. Okay, so let's get that square. This should be where it goes. It should be cut off. So let's do that. Okay. And then my small scissors here. That off. That off. Now, look at that. That's nice. And our little tab will just glue right on there and look like it's supposed to be there. Yes, okay. So we'll do them, all three of them like that. Got glue all over me. looks good. Got a little wiggle room to move that around some. There we go. Love that. Yep. Now see, that makes our pages just a little shorter width-wise. However, these tabs, they're gonna, I mean, they're all gonna line up. They're all gonna be at the same distance, but it looks really nice. So I'm not worried about that. Okay, so let's do the second one. Got to make sure that's right on in the crease. That way it's not crooked. Okay, and then you got to cut that off. In my mind. Got it. Yeah, that's what I was using. Okay, I have to ink it. Doesn't need a lot. I had a little bit. Such a pretty paper. Okay, now, which side do I like better? That one's got more on it, more gold on it. These aren't going to go anywhere. Alright. Got exactly in that crease. That one turned out real good. That looks great with the blue, I think. Yep, that looks good, doesn't it? I think it looks pretty. Got one more. Our white one, our pearly one, pearly white. Alright. And this one. Make sure we get that exactly right. Cut spot. Last tab. Stuff going everywhere. Alright. Is that right in there? Oh, that turned out perfect. Yes, ma'am. Alright. Cover that up. Look how pretty that looks. I love it. And you could glue those all together, kind of like glue the bottom and then glue this bottom. That'd make 3 pockets if you wanted. It's an option. Alright, get this inked up. What's that? I don't like that. So I'm going to cut that off, that little part that's sticking out at the bottom. Might make it not square, but I'd rather it be not square than have that poking out, because it's irritating me. Alright. That's better. I think it's because this is, yeah. Oh, I want to do the corners. Yes, I do. I'm going to use the medium-sized corners. Got those. I just think that looks nice. Okay. And our blue one. I got to do the back side too. It's amazing how much paper crafting, how much time it takes, you know. People don't realize how much time artwork takes. Even paper crafting, they wouldn't think that it would be a time-intensive hobby or whatever, but certainly is. You know, spend 4 or 5 hours on making a greeting card. I used to make lots of greeting cards, and you know, you try to sell them, there's no way you can make any money making greeting cards if you aren't any kind of type of perfectionist at all. Because like I said, you spend 4 or 5 hours on a card, you know, and nobody wants to pay for your time. So it's just really hard. I mean, I don't know. I'm just blabbing. But yeah, it's just amazing that it takes, you know, quite a long time to make paper crafts even. But they're just beautiful and they're fun. And you always have paper, you know, books, magazines, newspapers. You get stuff at thrift stores all the time. You know, paper bags, packaging, you know, everything. So you never run out of paper, that's for sure. Alright, I think that looks so pretty. And now we have to figure out what we're going to do here. I was going to put that in the front, I believe. I don't think I need to cut it down. I think I'm going to do the corners on this though. Do those with the medium, just to make it look a little better. That one did not cut correctly. Oh, maybe it did. Okay. Alright, I need to ink that. Just to give it that vignette look. Okay, and more glue. It's a big one, but it's gonna look pretty. Is that what we want? Or is that a lot of flowers? That's a lot of flowers. Let's use something out of the Fantastical Blueprints. Ah. Cascade of craft stuff. Alright. I want something a little more plain. Hey, you just behave. Stay there. I mean, something with butterflies would be pretty, but that would be okay. It's got some color to it. So that's a good one. What else we got? What do we want to use? Oh, that one's got a little color. It's more of a lighter. Oh, I like that one for the back, I think. Yeah, let's do that. So Fantastical Blueprints set for the inside covers. Now I gotta cut those again. Ha! Maybe, gosh, I could do ledger. Use some of my ledger. Let me find it. Or what about my tea-dyed paper? Oh, that's much better. Yes, that's much better. I like that idea. That way we can, you'll have either writing space or decorating space. I think that's much better. Alright, get this cut in half. This will take care of front and back inside covers. Round them off. Alright, that looks great. I love those. Ooh. Yeah, those are the sides I want. Okay. And this just needs just a touch of ink. Not a lot. Because it's already beautiful. Just give it enough to set it off. Just a little bit. I wonder if I ought to try doing this a little different for gluing down. I still have to get this attached inside too. I'll do that with fabric tape. How do I want to do like half and then, yeah, let's try that. Get it lined up. Down, and then we'll just it doesn't dry out. Yeah, that worked out good. Good deal. Yeah, that worked out good. Okay, got that. Now I just gotta figure out how to get this attached in here. So I'm gonna have to do two pieces. Yeah, one here and then one separate one here, because otherwise if I did one, that would not open. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to use fabric tape. Doesn't really matter which kind, what it looks like. I mean, just want something kind of wide. So we're going to use this one. I'm thinking I should go ahead and put Fabri-Tac, a little strip of Fabri-Tac down there. I don't want it to cover that. Well, I don't need one that wide, do I? Yeah, let's use that one just to be safe. That'll be fine. So yeah, well, I could make sure I got this all straight in here. The way it needs to be. Okay, and I could put one strip and then I can just snip that. That's what I'm going to do, because otherwise this is going to dry. I don't want it to dry that fast. Alright, here we go. Let's try to get this straight. That off bottom. Cut that off at the top. Okay. And we'll have to just snip that into there. And there we go. Oh yeah, that worked out. Worked out good. And we got our glue under it to keep it forever and ever, hopefully. Put that back. I don't know if I should wait back till it's dry. Or you see my dilemma here I'm looking at? not really a dilemma, but I don't really like that. I could put a really thin strip here. Yeah, let's get out. Like that one. Nope. Let's get that one. We'll just glue that and then put that up in there, I think. Or should I just do a paper strip? This is more flexible. Well, let's use that. See what we get. Just needs to tuck up in there. That. That off. Oops. Crooked. I don't want it that crooked. That's better. And then this one. Okay. That'll work. Yeah, I think that'll work just fine. Much better. Looks finished that way. I'll fix that. Got it out. I have glue everywhere on me. Alright, but that's part of it. Okay, so all those are good. Yep, that works just fine. Okay, now we can ink this and then glue it down. Oh, it's already inked. Cool. So we'll glue that there. And then we'll be just about finished. Alright. Top. That placed. Make sure it's pretty even. That looks good. Okay. Yeah, that looks real good. Back. Love my tea dye pick. Alright, last little third. This edge is real good. And that will be it. Looks so pretty. Look at that. Need to decorate it. Tabs are sticking out just a little bit because the binding, but that's okay because I don't mind seeing them. At least they're all even. But yeah, that looks good. Stuff all over it. Okay. Love it. Looks good on all the sides. Look at that. And get that one trimmed very well. A little small. Fix that. There we go. After that's decorated, that'll be just wonderful. Have plenty of writing areas. Can put some pockets in here, since, you know, and then leave a little room to write or whatever. Where's the one that opens up? I don't know where it went. Oh, it's somewhere. Anyway, pockets and tags and whatever you want in there. Yep. Alright. Well, thank you guys for spending your time with me today. I really do appreciate it. And thank you so much to all my subscribers. And I think I have 118. That is just awesome. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. And I hope you enjoy my videos. If you do enjoy my videos, if you're not subscribed, please do. And give me a like and comments. Ask me anything you want. I'll try my best, do my best to answer any questions you have. And, well, I hope to have another video out soon. I will get the flower blueprints packaged up. Try to figure that out. And then I will see you guys later.